Hey people, just a bit of a impromptu live stream. Live now, fake news, brother. Technically, I was kind of live. I just wasn't here yet. Yeah. Hey SUD, thanks for joining me. Um, I hope people do buy this game. 'Cause this game's actually beautiful. I just haven't had the time to come back to play it, so this is an impromptu live stream. So I'm not expecting that many people to be in here. But for those of you who want to continue the journey with me, stick around. You got to let me know how my voice is and how the game is. If I'm too loud or if I'm too quiet, just let me know. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of finish with everybody. Everything's good so far. Thank you very much, SGD, Mr. Swedish Gamer Dad. Alright, let's go. As you can see, I'm on chapter 4, and I've heard that this game has 8 chapters and an epilogue. So I'm hoping that I can finish it up in these last 2 hours here. Oh. Alright, just for those of you who don't know, so in the last episode, or my last live stream, she just found out that her granny had a stroke, and she's in hospital, and her mom's worried that Nanny might pass away, and she's trying to get to grips with her own emotions, the daughter who we're playing as. So she's kind of just feeling her emotions as she feels them, and you kind of go into the gameplay, and you've just met this mysterious guy, all in black, and he's kind of her emotions. So let's carry on. Forgot how beautiful this game is. D. Oh, just gotta burn it. So she's got to worry about this as well as, and then this game just has such beautiful visuals. Probably. I wonder if this is how she kind of wants to see herself. What do I need to do? Just jump up. So like the gameplay in this is just so good. Like it's more than just running about and jumping about. That's why I would really like this game. It's just so beautiful, and it, like I said, it's such a change of pace from what we see already on Stadia so far. Do I jump on the pictures? Oh damn. This poor cow. Sorry. It's not just how she sees her grandma, all the memories are kind of just, this is the only thing that she remembers really. Blocking out all the good memories. gosh. How can this game get so angry? Hey Chucks, can you... No sound? What do you mean no sound? Can you guys hear the sound of the game or not? Let me know. Let's give that a pause for a second. There should be sound. Alright, let me see if I can sort that out quickly. Should be game sound. I wonder why that is not. Sorry about that, guys. I'm not too sure what's going on there. Everything is plugged in. Should be sound. Any sound now? Let's have a look. Sorry about this, guys. Apologies. Right, guys, I sorted that out. Sorry about that. It changed itself to default and then it obviously did not help. Sorry about it, guys. I'm back. Yeah, much better. Thank you, guys. Thank you for that.
Thank you, guys.
There we go, it's working now. Perfect. Let me know if that's too loud or if it's too quiet. And I'll... How's the game sound? Is that too loud, too quiet? Was it perfect? Can you hear me as well? Or am I drowned out by the sound of the game? Let me know. All good, perfect. Thank you, Chucks. Thank you, Swedish Gamer Dad.
It didn't seem like she knew who we were. Why? Why is this happening? Why her?
Right.
It isn't fair. Why, Journal?
She's starting to get angry now. She's trying to keep a level head in the beginning of the game.
Gran still can't speak properly. It's so cruel. She can't tell us anything. Like what she wants to eat. Or how she feels. And what's worse, everyone pretends they're having a real conversation with her. But they're not. You're doing fine, Barbara, the doctor said to her. You just need some time. Hospitals should make you better. She's so ill now. I want her better now. Just wait. Time is a healer. I thought that was his job. I wish I could help her. It makes me so mad. Nurse said it was dinner. Mum had ordered Gran soup and a jacket potato. But when Gran tried to eat by herself, she kept dropping her cutlery.
So, yeah, I agree. SGD, like, I can really feel like the emotion in the voice and just in the character in itself. It's just like, this is just a little girl and she's getting so frustrated with everyone pretending that her grandmother's okay, and yeah, she's confused.
Then I noticed Mum had ordered her mushroom soup. Mushroom! Gran calls them nature's bogies.
I think she just feels a bit lost, really. Like, she doesn't feel like anyone understands, and everyone's kind of pretending everything's okay, but it's not. And it must be hard for her because she doesn't understand why people are doing that. I suppose this is what people do in these situations. They try to stay positive.
I reminded Mum about the mushrooms. She got that look and banged the spoon against the bowl. There was lip pursing, but looking at Gran, I had to help her. I still had some loose change, so I ran down to the entrance hall, where I'd seen a vending machine on the way in. Egg sandwich! Hurrying back to 305, I couldn't help but grin. They didn't let me back in. Adult talk. Wait outside. That's what they said.
Lip pursing. How do I explain? I mean, I don't know the best definition of that. I think it's like a quiver of the lip, like when you know what I mean. So, lip pursing. Pursed lip is a breathing technique that consists of exhaling through tightly pressed lips and inhaling through the nose with mouth closed, so like that sort of thing, if that makes sense.
So I waited on a bench until Mum came out the room. She said nothing. Just took me to the car. We didn't speak a single word. Not at the car park. Not during our drive home. Dad had made pies for tea. I just wasn't hungry. Dad said I needed to eat. I said if Gran wasn't going to eat, Neither would I.
Goodness.
He sent me to my room. I slammed the door really loudly and flumped onto my bed. I still had the egg sandwich.
There's like so many little bits in this game. So when it slammed the door, all that whole sentence moved to the left, and then when she said she plumped onto her bed, like as you jumped down onto it, the words went down. It's like you could actually feel her jumping down onto the bed, all the emotions that she has inside. Like when you kind of push these things off, you can feel it.
It was all mushed up. Everything is all mushed up.
And the soundtrack behind it, just, yeah.
Dad is mean. Mum doesn't care. And Pi is stupid.
How many of you
Tried to write my story.
have ever felt like that? Like just, like no one understands you, and your family's always kind of like pandering to you.
Let's see. Last time, Grace was plunging down into the dark below.
Things like that. Like,
But the Jinn spell slowed her fall.
the gym, which is the guy that was in the black silhouette. Slamming the doors as well.
Down and down she went,
Yeah,
tumbling.
you can feel
helpless.
every emotion. It's really interesting how they can do that.
Then and there, Grace started to...
Maybe she could grab onto something, thrash, scream. Maybe she could hear, someone could hear her. Maybe it's just all too much. I think if that was me, it'd just be all too much.
But the darkness didn't care.
Back into the story, guys.
As Grace hurtled through the darkness, her helplessness no longer made her feel scared. It made her feel frustrated, angry. She wanted answers. The Jinn's magic gently released her into the unknown. Why can no one answer a straightforward question? Now where am I?
So she's just fallen into a dark hole, so whatever sort of representation that means. That took a lot more effort that time. Like the vibrations in the controller as well as you play.
The ground was warm to the touch. At least it's quiet.
Like they really interact really well with the game.
Just my luck. And what's that? Molten stone. She'd seen nothing like this in her forest home. I really miss my reading nook.
I wonder what I've got to do with this. Hey, Project Storm. Yeah, the visuals in this are so good, as well as just the art style in itself.
A
And also, wow.
stalactite hung above, looking decidedly precarious.
Precarious. Big words.
None of this seems welcoming. None at all. Careful! What is this?
See, I'm curious to know what this kind of represents in her sort of life. The rumble in the control is by far the best I've tried compared to... okay. I think along with this game, the rumble works so well. Like, it really goes, like, there's certain bits in the game where you're moving or things are moving in the background or words, and you feel the vibration, you kind of feel what the person's feeling. Yeah. A bit of an escape just from everything that's going on. Just, it's nice and slow. I know it's another sort of drama, but
Something was unnerving about the
I like a slow-paced game.
nature of the ceiling.
Just a nice...
I
oh,
knew it, I knew it.
my goodness. Like, just a different pace from what we already have. But again, I think this game's
Ridiculous.
such a gorgeous thing. And the message and the story behind it.
Find whatever is causing this
Like, if you can relate to it.
or I'll be smushed.
Yeah. Could this part represent the major changes in her life? And then I can... yeah. Yeah. And then she fell into that hole and it's all different. She doesn't understand it. I agree with you, Swedish God. Swedish gaming dad. Swedish God. Right. I couldn't push this more, could I? See, this is a funny angle. There we go. Worked out in the end. But those of you who watched the first gameplay, like, you know why I feel a little bit closer to this and how I feel about games like this that kind of speak to you emotionally.
The
It's
sound got closer.
the sort of games that we need.
Grace realized she would soon face its maker.
Like, in a day and age like this, people don't show their emotions that much because of society, but I think it's always good to show your emotions and just, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Fire and flame wrapped her form. Hey!
Hear that? It wraps her form, as in, this is not who she normally is. Like, she's engulfed by these emotions.
But
Like,
the giantess just kept on pounding.
if you've ever seen Moana, when the island gets destroyed, but they think it's destroyed, but really it's just her
It's not
in the
like
lava
someone
form.
could die over here.
Like, this is really good. Gotta save those fireflies. Alright, let's break these down.
This definitely looks unsafe. At least that noise has stopped.
But guys, thank
the
you.
lava gently bubbled.
Thank you for joining me, because this is
Its
just an
mop
impromptu
and
live
rapid
stream.
Progress.
I didn't expect many people to be in here, but the fact that I have 5 is very nice. So thank you guys for joining me. Let's see if we can finish this game. What's that? Like, how many of you in the chat have actually picked up this game? After I complete this, how long do I go back in before I go back in for another gameplay? I don't know. I think next time I want to play it with my my wife, and because I think this would be a good thing to sort of help her, or even help bring out those emotions. What's going on here? So, I don't know. Maybe as soon as possible. Although I think I've messed this up because I think I might have to die to get that back. Yeah. Unfortunately. But this is kind of a nice way to see how she kind of deals with her emotions. But have any of you in the chat actually picked up this game? Yeah, of course, you've got your little ones to look after, don't you, Swedish Gamer Dad? Completely understandable. Right, now this is interesting. Now how do I get up? Oh, don't worry, figured it out. Ah, there we go. Oh, still made the mistake there.
Read that ending.
But again, it's just the nice, different paced game to have on Stadia. And you really feel connected to these characters. Yeah. When you do Project Stream, let me know, because I want to come and support you and watch that.
The whole floor's going to
I want to see your take on it.
give way. Ah! Right. Not listening or ignoring. I don't care. I have to stop her. Inside Grace was a white hot rage.
Yeah. Alright. So is this going to be her confronting herself now, or...?
Hey, whoever you are.
Yeah.
Hey, are
So
you listening?
this is her confronting her own emotions, her feelings. Yeah, I would say it's her emotions, it's her.
No, 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 no. That's not fair. What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with me?
So what we get from this definitely her emotions.
Might have overdone this.
It's how she's feeling about her gran, obviously. And this is how she's dealing with it on the inside. This game is just so clever.
Hello? Ah! I really need to get out of here.
Yeah, no, I watched some of your streams, Project Stream.
A timely exit.
And I always find it interesting because it always looks amazing on your gameplays. Like, it looks a lot better than what it would do on the sort of...
Grace didn't quite know what she'd encountered. Sheesh. She's so angry.
Yeah, definitely check out Project Stream's channel. Like his live streams, when you see the comparisons, really good. Well, a comparison, if you go back and watch each video, you see the comparisons, but it's really good. How do you like this game so far? I love it so far. It's the visuals are amazing. The story
The thought stuck with Grace.
is great. Like, I have to stop and listen to everything that's being said because the story, again, to me is relatable in the sense of what she's kind of going through, and just I like that there's a different pace of game on Stadia, and this is the sort of game we've got now. So yeah,
What's wrong with her, I wonder?
the story's good, the soundtrack's good, the storyline, the characters, the voice actors, beautiful. Or the voice actor.
A place to rest.
It's pure emotion. You can just
Grace was
feel it.
beginning to feel the burn of loneliness.
So I've got a new word now.
Better.
Hey Andy, thanks for joining me, man.
Grace's thoughts drifted back to the burning giantess. Why would she be so full of rage?
So I think she's just
She must
misunderstood.
have felt misunderstood.
Hmm.
She smashes stuff because no one understands her.
Thanks for sticking around, Swedish Gaming Dad. Appreciate you from being here from the beginning. Appreciate it, man.
Grace vowed.
Look
she'd be
after your
more
children.
understanding.
Alright.
If they met again.
So from my understanding of this game, there's 8 chapters. And there's 8 chapters, but there's multiple different endings, so this definitely deserves another playthrough to elaborate on how long it would take me to play this game again.
As the light pushed back the darkness, a heaviness lifted from her heart. That was strangely satisfying.
So I've got these words so far: rise, repair, break and burn. And words are powerful, as they say. Again though, the mechanics of this game are really clever because it kind of gives you an insight on what it's going to feel like to use a game that's predominantly used on a computer. Because this little, you see this little blue thing here that's spinning around in the circle, I control that with the right thumbstick, like a cursor of a mouse, and then you kind of use the R2 as left click, or just a click in general. So this, I think it's the first game on here to kind of use that sort of feature or element to the game. And for those of you who don't know, this is a first on Stadia, so for a year.
Oh no. Not again!
And for those of you who are just joining me,
Grace was adrift on the current.
these are kind of, in my interpretation, is how she's feeling on the inside, because every time she goes to write her story, she goes back into this world and it kind of reflects on how she's feeling.
Lost on the flow of lava.
So her nan's in hospital, and she's just been told, well, not just been told, but she's getting worse, to put it
It would take her where
to put it
wished.
bluntly. And Grace can't handle it because everyone's kind of pretending nothing's wrong, and she doesn't understand why. Was it worth it? Oh, it was not worth it. That's interesting. So if they've already read the words, they then go back and read them again for you. But I suppose it's quite hard to die in this game unless you really try to. Yeah. The way she was running, I thought she was swimming in it or something. I've got to be quicker this time. Or I've just got not to be greedy.
It's speeding up. That can't be good.
Oh, that cannot be good.
The burning river went faster. And faster.
So try and light these things as much as I can. Oh, just made it. Like, also what's nice is that this game isn't difficult. I wouldn't say it's simple, but it's not difficult in the sense of you can't do it.
Okay,
So,
Grace.
I think it appeals to a lot of people.
Empathy.
You again.
She isn't listening. Run, Grace. Run!
So like that, I wouldn't say it's difficult for everyone to play, which is quite nice. So you don't need to be like an expert gamer. You just got to know how to run and jump pretty much. Oh, don't not make it.
Listening. Run, Grace. Run! Thundering steps shook the earth.
Oh dear.
Where is she?
Where is she? Girl,
Right
you are
behind
mad.
me.
Like, this is the first time I've actually been worried that
Debris was flying everywhere.
I might not make it across. My goodness. Here we go again. Oh, I thought that ledge was a lot closer than it was. That was interesting. When she died, she was like, no, that's not what happens, and it kind of brings you back. So she kind of not tells the story again, but so the first half of this game, or
Freedom.
first part of this game kind of shows you how she deals with finding out the news. And the second part, or this part here, tries to figure it out, and then this part is shows you how she feels inside.
Now look what you've done.
You look.
We're trapped and it's all your fault. I hate this place and I hate you.
I hate you.
Her anger consumed itself. Huh? What happened to you?
No. Don't feel so angry now.
It's almost as if she's
When I'm angry, I take a few deep breaths.
kind of expressing her feelings, so she feels a bit better.
Yes. Helps.
As her anger left, it brought a change. You did it again!
Lump's anger gone.
Lump? Nice to meet you. I'm Grace. Sorry I was so angry.
Lump's sorry too. Lump scares Lump when Lump's so big.
It's an interesting thing because I'm just thinking about it. Is each chapter a different emotion? Because chapter 1 she was really happy. Chapter 2 she was sad. Chapter 3 she was confused, and chapter 4, I think this is chapter 4, and she's kind of just angry, like she's going through all the emotions
I'm looking for a dragon. Have you seen it?
of like sort of
What?
coming to terms with what's going on with herself.
I'll show you. But first, we need to get out of here. Just then, Grace noticed a boom shroom she hadn't seen before.
Guys, again, thank you for joining me in this stream, this impromptu stream.
Free!
A lot of you are still working from home, so I understand that a lot of you need to concentrate and do whatever. But thank you for having me on in the background or whatever you're doing or watching.
You coming?
I feel like this is a game that you do need to kind of watch or listen to,
Likes Grace.
as long as I don't talk over the narration of it. I find this game so fascinating, just all the sorts of things that it's going through. It's quite a... It's not quite, it is a clever game. So yeah, that was the end of chapter 4. So I'm wondering if chapter 1
Hello,
was
Channel.
happiness, 2 was sadness, 3 was confusion,
Today, Sarah at school told me
4
her granddad had a stroke too.
sadness. And like, is chapter 5 understanding, or... It's curious.
His mouth went lopsided. And he spoke a little funny. Now he mostly sits around, watching the telly. I don't think Gran would enjoy that. She'd feel like she was giving up. She'd want to keep moving. Keep doing things. Gran always says,
Give her something, you're something, and it will... So give the world your kindness, and it will return it threefold.
Give the world your kindness, and it will return it threefold.
the more positive energy and kindness you give the world, the more you get back.
Hey Sophie, thanks for joining me. Yeah, I know. I just such an interesting way to tell a story or spread emotions. But no, thank you for coming back and watching the second half of it. I remember you were here in the first half, so I appreciate that.
When Mr. Parry's lawn got too high, Gran cut it for him. For the community centre meals, she baked cakes.
Yeah, no, I understand Project Storm. That's why I haven't watched anybody else's stream, just because I wanted to make sure that I played this game myself and felt what I felt by myself. So if you have to go, I understand. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Plus, I don't want to tell you how to kind of
Even does
feel about the game.
the unthinkable.
But yeah, I would definitely give this game a buy.
She changed Ben's smelly nappies.
It's definitely worth it.
We could do with kindness right now. Someone better step up. Me! Starting with
Is this understanding? Is this being brave?
bringing world peace? Cooking for the elderly? Cutting Mr. Parry's lawn? Tidying my room? Bringing order to chaos. A mighty struggle needs a suitable tagline. It's tidying time.
It's time to tidy, guys. Like Mary Poppins.
And then I did the washing up from breakfast.
Nope. Just go get the sponge. I'll gather. Oh.
Dad said,
What's your dad say?
"It's a miracle." Then he bowed at my feet. He's such a complete numpty head.
This is how I feel about sort of dad I think I'd be.
But it made Mum laugh. And when we got to the hospital later, Gran was sitting in a chair.
Sorry, guys. Oh. So she's out of bed now and sitting up good.
And looking out the window. She was smiling. So all the things I've been doing have been working. I just have to do more. There was kale for tea, which is a kind of vegetable torture. But I told myself that if I could eat all of it, then Gran would be even better tomorrow.
This little girl's got an
am
interesting way of looking at life.
Fire today. I ran up the stairs, 2 at a time,
Positivity.
just to top things up. Pinky was very impressed and slept on my feet all night. Hello again, journal. I couldn't sleep. I guess I felt a bit silly. I mean, who cares if I eat my kale? Well, Dad, maybe? But does any of this really make a difference? It's just, if there's a sliver of a chance it actually does, I want to believe in it. Sarah told me that when her granddad was sick, She used to pray. I don't exactly know how that works, but best to hedge my bets. Please. Please.
I agree, Sophie. It's beautiful.
Please.
Like I'm being really quiet now because it's starting to get to the point where it's starting to get quite emotional, and yeah, like it's really a really delicate thing, and you don't want to kind of take away by talking over the story.
Please. Please.
Like she's like I don't think she believes in God, but she's trying because she really wants this to work. She wants something to help.
Wait, Granwell. Sarah's family are pretty religious. Not like Mum and Dad. I don't know that much about religion, actually. I like the stories. Especially the one about the Ark and rescuing all the animals. Gran was raised Catholic, but I never really heard her talk about God, apart from that time she dropped the yogurts in Tesco's. We took care of the mess before the staff noticed.
Clear that mess up. Like she has such a strong relationship with her
Gran even
grandmother.
offered to pay for them. I asked her once. She said, if there is a God, they're in our actions. How we help and love one another. Seems right to me. So what should I do?
Like, okay, I just want to take a screenshot of that because that is. Yeah.
I'm going to bring in my story next time we go to the hospital. I can read it to her. I think she'd like that. Maybe if I do a really good job, she can come home in time for Ben's birthday. But first, I need to get on with the story. Having escaped the flaming caves, Lump and Grace ventured into a tenebrous forest.
So it's chapter 5 now. I'm curious.
Writing Lump is going to be fun. But if she's not so angry anymore, she might need another character flaw. Maybe uncontrollable cravings for
Just think through Western Cow, like Des Jim Salt's a lump. Sound fruit lumps, pucker, cheese pure fire, sweet fruit, heavenly taste with none of the calories. Let's go for the stink fruit. Western Cow.
stink fruit. Gentle sunlight streamed across their faces. Sun! I missed you.
Oh, Skyfire is warm. Like lump.
She's got a companion now.
That's the dragon. With
Dragon?
So, Lump.
we need to
Oh,
follow
Lump
it.
follows me now.
Let's go, Lump.
And it's just that.
Lump no likes follow anything that goes.
Lump is sensible.
Are you coming?
Claw things. They're spooky.
They're just trees. Lump.
Back home, we know has them.
The grey forest. Dark.
So I wonder if Lump, later on in the game, will he, like, because he's up on the surface, will he get angry again, and then will he burn things just because of, yeah.
Grace didn't care.
Home. You miss it.
Yes. That's why I'm doing this.
You miss home, but you leave it. You curious.
I had to. That dragon is up to no good. I need to find out what it's up to.
What is Drago? Like cave bear?
Well, I guess it's like a lizard.
Oh, lizard's cute.
A really, really big lizard.
Ah. That's clever.
Ooh, big stone. Go, go, push it, push it.
You could help, Lump.
Lump small.
See, now I do wonder,
No use.
if there's multiple
It
endings to
used
this
to
game,
be a lot bigger.
does it mean that there's stories where the grandma may die, or maybe doesn't die? Does it depend on what you choose? That's...
Lump was? Don't remember.
I'm glad to have you here, Lump. Even though you are small.
And that's interesting as well.
Lump glad to be with human. You are the bestest human. Yes, yes.
Because he talks about, he doesn't remember being angry. Which I'm sure a lot of us kind of do. Like, you kind of forget how angry you were sometimes.
Grace couldn't help but smile at Lump's silliness. Her fiery friend was finding a place near and dear to her heart. Suddenly, a pungent stench filled the air.
Lump knows is that smell.
What is it, Lump? Looks like some kind of fruit.
A fruit? Yum yum.
Stink fruit.
Lump love fruit.
Ugh, that smells worse than Elder Ava's pickled tree slugs. Please. We need to go.
But
Oh, I don't have burn anymore. So am I just leaving this here? Right. Come on, lump.
Shadows deepened in the ravaged forest. We're getting closer.
Oh.
Do we want to be closer?
Look, Lump. Dragonfire. It's here.
Yes, yes. Dragon here. Yes, Kay. Lump's okay. Okay. Lump trust Grace. Us chase dragon. Whee!
That's the spirit, Lump. We're near. I can feel it. Yes!
I wonder why she has a companion now.
Grace? Human no fly. Like Lump, yes?
Yes.
A deep rift yawned before them. No! 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 We're so close! That wasn't meant to happen.
That was not meant to happen.
Fruit had an irresistible draw on Little Lump. No, Lump! Stay here! I need you!
Lump's still here. Just busy.
Grace felt her resolve melt. I need to find the dragon. I promised Eldoreva. Just what am I doing out here? All by myself?
Silly human. Lump not left is in fruit.
Thanks, Lump. Grace knew she wouldn't swap that little ball of fire for anything. Wow! You're
Ooh.
okay, Lump?
Little dizzy, but goods.
Oh, that's new power.
What a rush!
Like the gameplay mechanics are so good in this.
Whee!
That was amazing!
I wonder if I get to keep that word. That'd be interesting.
We's great team. Starting to tickle.
Why is Lump so cute? It's just the little details, like most people wouldn't pick up on. Like just when she jumps, even her clothes are quite flowy.
My head's spinning.
This may be better than
There
fruit.
was no doubt. Something strong and very, very large.
You can hear that music change, guys.
Recently. There it is!
Dragonfly? Wow. Great! We've seen it! We go now? It goes! See? We go? Yes?
Grace pursued the beast with little thought for her own safety. You won't get away from me again!
Just thinking,
I won't let you!
what's she gonna do when she gets it?
No! Come back! Come back here!
Oh, it's okay. It heard you.
What? Far above, the dragon circled and dove, falling fast.
It sounds a bit like Jin's music when we were in the desert.
As the waters calmed, Grace realized the dragon had gone far, far below. Oh, Her hope was shattered. I can't.
It's okay, human. We find dragon again. Have another go, right? It's okay. Lump help.
But how? Most of the pieces are gone. I can't even fix it.
Look! You get on this, okay?
I don't even know where I'm going anymore. What am I doing? I'm such an idiot. What did I think I was going to do if I caught it?
You tried though, human. That's important. Look! One of them's little glowy things you likes. A thing! You likes things too, right?
Why is Lumpy so cute?
That's strange. Maybe there are some people around here after all.
Look! Stuff!
All broken. Forgotten.
Much sad. Maybe dragon? Clumsy, clumsy. You cold, human?
A little, yes.
Lump make fireball. You bring wood. 4 pieces, yes?
Okay. I can do that.
Sorry that I'm a lot quieter this stream, guys. There's just a lot of things going on at the minute. And their voices are quite soft and gentle, especially Lumpy's. Oh, and Izzy's as well. But, or not Izzy, Grace. But yeah, I'm kind of wondering what's going on. Put this book away.
What's up, human?
It's just... I remember collecting Elder. I hope she's still okay.
Yay! That's it!
At least I'm doing something useful. I guess.
Am I going somewhere I shouldn't be just yet? Except for that. I'm just curious, like, what made them create a game like this, or like the type of games that we have today, amongst the battle royales and the shooters and all that jazz. They decided to make a game like this, but I'm assuming this has been in the works for years now, so. was collecting firewood.
But is it as good as fruits? Is it? Woman, is it?
Where do you come from, Lump?
Don't remember.
You don't remember anything?
Not just remember anger. Then you, woman.
Okay, that should be enough.
Okay. Here lump goes.
Ancient energy stirred, reaching into the place beyond.
The soundtrack. Oh.
It feels good to be back.
Already? It's only been a few millennia.
Is it not wonderful to see light again? To feel sun?
I was just getting comfortable in the howling void.
Who are you two?
Ooh, ancient ones. Thought you was a myth.
Oh, no, no, my little friend. We are very real.
No, we're not. You're imagining us. Go away now.
So
Now
one's
we're here. What can we do to help you?
good, one's sort of bad.
They could help us get to the dragon.
But nothing is free in this market or in life. You must provide 3 offerings to the flame.
Should we?
If help human. If it make human happy, lump say do it.
Like, does this kind of correlate to the whole believing in something and trying anything you can, even if you don't believe in it? Or what can I give them? What do I offer?
So, what is this?
Market of the lost and the forgotten. Things end up here that have been cast aside or are no longer used. After a time, so were we. No one came here. No one sought us.
So,
I thought we would forget ourselves, but you brought us back.
You said you could help.
Yes. But to give, we must also
receive.
receive.
I don't have money.
Then give a kindness.
Okay, this is nice. So, I'll tell everyone about you. No one will ever forget you again. You're looking wonderful today. I do remember reading about you. I'm ever humbled to be in your presence. I think I'm gonna tell everyone about you. No one will ever forget you again.
I'll tell everyone about you. No one will ever forget you again.
How kind of you to say. Now I will return the favor. To get your wish, you must submit an offering of hope to the flames. Something dear to your heart.
Elders gave me this. The pendant gleamed with hopeful memories. I don't know if I should. It was the last thing that she gave
Hey,
me.
Spencer.
A wise person once said that no one ever got anything just by wanting it.
Okay. You're right.
Thanks for joining me, Spencer.
A crack and a spark, and the pendant was gone in the flames.
I'll have to give this guy now.
Go away. I said go away.
I need help.
And what do you expect me to do about it? Go away.
Do you just keep trying?
This is a market, right? You have to help me if I give you something.
Look, my help is
It isn't? Why?
I trade in oblivion. I feast on
This little girl's a really good
I had to
storyteller.
find out why a dragon attacked my village.
Always know it's Rachel Pratchett, but
Well, don't come complaining to me when there's a big dark hole in your head. What memory are you prepared to consign to the flames?
no, thank you, S. Spencer. No, I agree. Like, there is so much to learn. Like, if you look at it a little bit beyond the surface, there you can feel the emotion, you can see the emotion, and it's almost like it's teaching you how to deal with the things that are going on in your life, whether it's similar to this situation or not. Any sort of situation that kind of makes you, yeah, sort of loss and confusion and stuff like that. I remember how giving me the world back. I remember how it was the last hug. Like, did you get rid of these memories forever, or? Because that's the most powerful one to me, I think.
I remember Elder Raver's last hug.
No, you don't.
Wow.
Don't what?
Don't remember. Never mind, never mind. Look, this bit can go on forever. The offering has been made.
Thank you, I guess? 2 offerings down. 1 to go, and they'll help me follow the dragon under the lake.
Ooh. What next?
I don't know. Do you think they'd take another memory?
The last offering must keep our fire burning.
A gesture of hope, of friendship.
But it cannot be given by you.
And we've already given you something, so we're out.
What about Lump?
No way.
You have something to give?
Don't say yourself.
Sure. I got Lump.
You would give yourself to help your friend.
What?
Of course.
Lump, you don't have to do this. There must be another way.
This is important to humans. You freed Lump. You gave Lump memories. Lump want to give you something too.
What? So, Lumbers is going to give himself for his friend. Like, alright. I don't want. So, choices are: I don't want you to do this, Lump. I don't know what to say. Thank you, Lump. Are you sure about this, Lump? But I'm obviously going to say this. Like,
I don't want you to do this, Lump.
I know. But Lump decide this. It is important. You made promise to find Dragon. Lump helps.
I guess this is goodbye.
oh my goodness, this game.
Goodbye for us. Hello for you and Dragon.
As little Lump jumped into the fire, the flames began to burn, larger and brighter.
What is this music doing to me? Right.
Grace felt a change come over her. Slits opened in her neck. Gills. She could now breathe underwater.
The wish has been granted. Time for us to go.
Hope you like your gift.
Thank you, Lump. I'll never forget what you did. I should go to the lake. Follow the dragon.
don't know if Lump was her brother, because Lump started out as that massive lava girl who then turned into the little Lump, and I don't know if that was supposed to be representing her anger. And when she calmed down, she turned into a smaller sort of version of it. And and I don't know if this was her. So she had to give up a compliment or something. She had to give up one of her nicest memories, and I'm guessing she had to get rid of her anger to take the next leap into the next bit. So
The loss of Lump weighed heavily upon her.
yeah. But it says the loss of Lump weighed heavily upon her. So that's an interesting sentence right there. The loss of Lump weighed heavily upon her. Yeah, I don't know.
Where once there was light was now darkness.
Okay.
Where there was noise, only cold silence remained.
So this is explaining a bit more.
But she could not let Lump's sacrifice be in vain. She needed to get to the lake and use her newfound powers to pursue the dragon.
Like opening up her gills, like now she can breathe.
The lake looked murky, but she had to brave its depths.
I'm assuming that's going to be the next chapter. Into Solitude. Finish chapter 5, yeah. I'm on chapter 6 now. I think I'm going to end it there. Yeah.
It's
I think we'll end it
5
there.
a.m.
Oh my. Yeah,
Anne died in the night.
so that was her letting go of her gran. Yeah.
Mum got the call a few hours ago. She's still crying. I just feel...
Okay, I think I'm gonna continue actually. Yeah.
numb.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit lost there. Because, alright. I didn't expect that to happen, like, so soon. I think I need to keep playing, I need to know what. Yeah.
I tried to go back to sleep. But as soon as I close my eyes, the thoughts keep circling back.
Gosh. Sorry. So, why is it so hard to put together? Sorry, we should have. Sorry, guys.
We should have been there. drove to the hospital first thing in the morning. No one said much. It seemed to take forever.
Yeah. So that is interesting.
I've never seen a dead body before.
I didn't think they were going to go this route. I didn't realise that she would all the way. Sorry.
It might be scary. But it's just Gran, right?
Yeah. Good.
Maybe I should have stayed at home.
Sorry, is this trash bell?
When we finally arrived, I wasn't so sure about being there at all. We went up the stairs to room 305. Gran's room. Mum gently put her hand on my back
And this music. Sorry.
and asked me if I wanted to wait outside. I said yes. Hello again, Journal. I'm sitting in the waiting room. Just rows of plastic benches in a sea of blue linoleum. And it smells like Ben's bottom cream. A little doodling should distract me from this dreary place. Dad's calling me. Dad had his arm round Mum as they came out of Gran's room. I've never seen her like this. Mums aren't supposed to cry. They're strong. They're meant to know what to do. Always. I guess losing your own mum makes you feel like a kid again. The drive home was a quiet one again. It's silly, but I keep thinking back to Gran's favourite vase, the one Grandad gave her. I was running in the house, even though Gran had told me not to. I still remember the noise of the vase smashing into little pieces. Gran was there in an instant. I waited for her to shout. She didn't. She just looked sad And somehow, that was worse.
So for those of you just joined me, so her grand's just died, and it's kind of they've been to hospital, and it's kind of just going through their emotions now. So I'm just kind of
Gran wouldn't let me pick up the pieces. She found every single one and carried them into the kitchen. Later, I snuck in with a tube of glue in hand.
sorry. I'm not sure what's happening there. It's not letting me. Sorry, I'm not sure what's going on there.
Gran wouldn't let me pick up the pieces. She found every single one. And carried them into the kitchen. Later, I snuck in with a tube of glue in hand. It was a mess. I got glue everywhere. But Gran smiled when she saw the vase. She put it in the cupboard. Later I found it again. When I asked her why she'd binned the vase, she smiled again. Gran always says,
which means that the Gran's gonna save us now.
We can't hold on to things forever. Let them live in your memories.
she said she preferred to keep the vase like she remembered it. Maybe I hurt Gran's heart. Weakened it. That can happen, can't it? Maybe this is all my fault. I should have listened to her. I shouldn't have run in the house. Now everything is broken. If I'd started my story sooner, Gran could have read it. It might have helped. I could have fixed. I would have fixed her heart. Really? I don't even know how to fix my story. It's a mess. I left Grace to sink into cold, dark waters. She's completely alone. She left behind Lump, her only friend. Okay, focus, Izzy. How can I continue the story? How would she feel about this situation? Grace felt... ambivalent. We're getting somewhere. Now, let's see.
Yeah, I'm gonna end it there. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please press like. If you enjoyed this commentary over this, subscribe. And if you want to be the first to know when I drop the third part of this game, hit that notification bell. Alright guys, you have a great day. Catch you later.